Bonsoir, good evening. Dear brothers and sisters from different nations of Africa, welcome to Rwanda, Kigali, the country of 1,000 hills. Chers frères et sœurs provenant de différents pays d'Afrique, soyez les bienvenus au pays des mille collines. Sentez-vous chez vous. Nous voici pour le compte de cette réunion technique. Il s'agit de la 23e édition de la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de volleyball qui va se tenir ici à Kigali du 5 au 15 septembre 2021. We are here gathered celebrating and attending to the technical meeting of the 23rd edition for African Nations Championship that is taking place here in Kigali from 5th to 15th September 2021. You are all welcome, and without spending a lot of time, as you see, time is running quickly, let me call upon the chairman of Rwanda Volleyball Federation, Mr. Ngarambe Raphael, to welcome the people that are gathered here, to welcome the brothers and sisters that are gathered in this convention hall to attend the technical meeting of the 23rd Men African Nations Championship. J'appelle le président de la Fédération rwandaise de volleyball, Monsieur Ngarambe Raphael, juste pour accueillir tout le monde qui est ici pour le compte de la 23e édition du championnat d'Afrique des Nations hommes qui va se tenir ici à Kigali du 5 au 15 septembre 2021.
Merci, j'adore, vice-président de la Fédération de volleyball. Monsieur le président de la commission de contrôle, et monsieur le secrétaire général au ministère des Sports, messieurs les membres du comité de contrôle, dear President of the Control Committee, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, members of the Control Committee, j'ai l'honneur de vous saluer. Aussi vous, frères et sœurs africains, dear brothers, sisters, African sisters and brothers, good evening, soyez les bienvenus. Vous êtes les bienvenus à Kigali. You are welcome in our country, Kigali. Je vous souhaite un beau déroulement de cette compétition. Je vous souhaite un beau déroulement de technical meeting. I would like to wish you a good competition, to wish you a good technical meeting. I think, je pense que c'est le moment de vous montrer combien nous sommes capables d'organiser un événement de telle ampleur. I think it is the moment to show everybody, the whole world, that we are able to organize such competition. And I hope, j'espère, on va réussir. Et nous sommes ensemble. We are together. If we are together, we cannot lose, we will win. Si on est ensemble, si nous restons unis en tant qu'Africains, nous allons réussir. It is the moment to invite, to present to you the local committee, and after I will invite the Mr. President of the control committee to present our guests. C'est le moment de vous présenter le comité d'organisation interne. J'aurai aussi l'occasion de vous présenter le comité du bureau exécutif de notre fédération. Tous les membres des commissions chargés de l'organisation de cette compétition, vous pouvez vous lever et saluer les amis africains. Everybody, the member of the commissions of the local organization, you can raise up and so I present to you also the bureau executive, the executive committee. We have Vice President Eric. Thank you. We have Vice President in charge of competition, Jado. C'est le président, le vice-président et le président de chargé de compétition. Vous avez croisé maintes fois, sans doute. You meet many times on the courts and in organization. You know each other. It is a moment also to present you a friend and a brother, the president of Zone 5. Je vous présente aussi le président de la Zone 5, Ferdinand. Merci tout le monde. Je vous présente j'ai oublié, je n'ai pas vu le secrétaire général de la fédération. Il n'est pas là. On aura le temps de se revoir. We will have time to see each other and to know each other. I finish my speech with thanks and wishing you a good rest, a good journey in Rwanda, and a good competition, and a good back in your natal country. Je vous souhaite une bonne compétition, un bon déroulement de cette compétition. Je vous souhaite d'être je vous souhaite un bon retour dans votre pays à la fin de la compétition, et on aura le temps d'en parler, de se faire des amis. Merci. It is the moment now to invite the president of the control committee, Mr. Chioni, to take his speech and to take a note to present his wishes. C'est le moment de vous présenter, d'appeler le président du comité de contrôle, M. Chioni, pour vous donner un mot. Et après, il aura le temps d'appeler le représentant du gouvernement pour vous donner un mot de la part du gouvernement rwandais. Mr. Chioni, the president of the control committee, you are welcome. You can take a speak.
For him, because he's got to do translation. Can I explain to him?
Thank you, Mr. Rafael Grande,
President of Rwanda Volleyball Federation. Before I make my comments, allow me to recognize, sorry. You want a copy of this? Yeah. Sorry about that disruption. I wanted to recognize the presence with us here this evening of the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Sports in Rwanda, Mr. Shema Maboko Didier, who is here representing the government of Rwanda. Thank you so much and welcome. Allow me also to welcome all the teams and the officials who have not only confirmed to participate in this continental event, but who have also made it to this event. Today I speak not on my behalf, but on behalf of the President of CAVB, Madam Bushra Hajij, who is on the way and will be arriving about 1 in the morning, and therefore we shall be having her company tomorrow. And because my French is not very good, I'm inviting my brother, the President of Zone 5, Mr. Fena, to help me translate briefly in French. Mr. Fena.
Ok, merci beaucoup. Monsieur le Président du contre-comité, il a commencé par saluer les autorités qui sont ici, le représentant du gouvernement, Shema Maboko Didier, et les autres représentants ici. Et il a dit aussi qu'il est là au nom de Mme Bushra, qu'il a envoyé donc pour présider ces cérémonies.
Thank you. You know, it's not very easy to host events of this magnitude, and therefore allow me to take this opportunity to thank the Rwanda Volleyball Federation as well as the government of Rwanda for accepting to host African Cup of Nations Championship for both gender, men and women. We say a big thank you.
Il sait que organiser une telle compétition, ce n'est pas chose facile. Alors, il remercie le gouvernement rwandais d'avoir accepté donc d'organiser une compétition de telle envergure.
May I also take this opportunity to offer my profound apologies for any inconveniences that you from the various teams may have suffered. We have received reports in terms of the quality of the food, in terms of the quality of accommodation, and we are discussing these matters with the organizer to ensure that these things are corrected, but kindly do accept the apologies on behalf of the control committee, and I believe on behalf of the organizers. But we are discussing with the local organizing committee to ensure that this is sorted out.
Monsieur le Président, il prend l'occasion donc pour demander pardon, tout ce qui n'a pas été bien fait, et il y promet donc que tout sera fait pour le mieux, pour améliorer la situation dans le temps à venir, mais il vous demande pardon pour ce qui s'est passé.
Thank you again. I know we shall be receiving reports from the various heads of the various departments within the control committee. So I would like to make my comments fairly brief. While I wish you a very successful event, I would like now to introduce to you the members of the control committee who are with us here today. And I'll start from the farthest right.
Before I have to translate.
Okay, sorry.
before he translates, il voulait donc faire un petit peu donc sur ce qui s'est passé parce qu'il a beaucoup reçu des plaintes venant d'un peu de vous. Alors, il a tenu donc à s'excuser et maintenant il veut vous présenter donc les membres du control committee qui sont ici.
Thank you. These are men and women with many years' experience, and I believe their presence and their input and contribution will make this event successful. From the farthest right is Mr. Zidane, VIS delegate. Please let's appreciate him.
Ça, vous comprenez quand même.
Next to him is my old friend Nassar Shaban, the Farid delegate. And next is Mr. Jaoud Gerard, the Farid delegate of many, many, many years.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Mr. Raphael Garambe, who is the president of the Rwanda Volleyball Federation.
Président de la Fédération nationale rwandaise.
Rwanda is a unique country. We have 3 presidents. I've just introduced one. Let me also introduce the president of Zone 5, Mr. Fena Rutaruna. And the third president from Rwanda is sitting there. He is the president of Rwanda General Assembly. Please raise up your hand, tall man. Thank you.
Président de l'Assemblée générale du volleyball Rwanda.
Thank you. On my immediate right is Mr. Casimiro Sawadogo, president of Burkina Faso Volleyball Federation. On my immediate left, I've also introduced him. He's our host, the PS Ministry of Sports. Thank you very much.
Représentant du ministère des Sports.
This gentleman is from the NOC of Rwanda. Please tell us your name. Fidel. Fidel from NOC
Olympique
Rwanda.
représentative. Fidel.
Then we have Dr. Faoud, President, Egypt Volleyball Federation, and also technical delegate.
Délégué technique de la CAVB pour cette compétition.
Next to Dr. Faoud is Ali Aro, who is the President Zone 3, formerly President of Benin Volleyball Federation.
Président de la zone 3.
After Ali Aro, we have Mr. Walter Utieno, Administrative Delegate from Morocco.
Delegate from Morocco.
And finally
CAVB.
is a veteran media man, Dr. Tarek. Thank you.
Chargé des médias de la CAVB.
Thank you. It is a pleasure having all of them here, and I believe that each one of them will contribute appropriately to ensure that the competition goes well smoothly.
C'est un plaisir donc de vous voir tous ici donc pour la réussite de cette compétition. Merci.
Thank you. Before I go beyond there, I would like to invite the representative of the Ministry of Sports of Rwanda, Mr. Shema Maboko Didier, to share a few comments with us.
Avant d'aller plus loin, donc, il voulait donc inviter le représentant du ministère des Sports pour donner sa remarque ici.
Thank you, Mr. Kioni.
Merci, Monsieur Kioni.
Dear Kioni Wataika, the head of control committee and the vice president of CAVB.
Les membres du contrôle comité de CAVB.
Dear Dr. Fwadi, technical delegate, and Alisa Ratuyaro,
délégué technique.
technical delegate. Dear Zone 5 president, Mr. Ferdinand.
Zone 5 président.
Rwanda Volleyball Federation, Mr. Raphael. Dear delegation members, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I would like to welcome you in Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills and 1,000 smiles. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to host the African volleyball family here around the prestigious African Nations Cup Championship, this time in Kigali.
C'est un plaisir donc d'avoir accueilli cette prestigieuse compétition ici dans la capitale de Kigali.
The government of Rwanda, under the leadership of His Excellency Paul Kagame, has accepted to host this event in order to continue the promotion of sports, in particular.
Le gouvernement du Rwanda, sous les auspices donc de son Excellence Président Paul Kagame, a accepté donc d'habiliter cette compétition pour donner un coup de pouce donc, au sport africain et pour que, donc, montrer qu'on peut faire mieux.
This is in line of our policy of being an African sport hub and host many events in different facilities such as the magnificent Kigali Arena we have now.
C'est dans la politique donc, du gouvernement, là où on a donc, des facilités pour le sport et on a besoin donc d'abriter beaucoup de compétitions pour mettre en contribution toutes ces infrastructures-là.
My appreciation goes to Rwanda Volleyball Federation for its commitment to continue the promotion of volleyball and keeping the value of volleyball and sport in general in Rwandan generation and in the entire Rwandan community.
Son appréciation donc, va à l'endroit de la Fédération nationale de volleyball pour sa promotion donc, du sport dans l'ensemble et du volleyball en particulier et pour cette compétition aussi.
Dear friends, Africans, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observes. On behalf of the Ministry of Sports, I wish again a welcome and wish you.
Chers amis donc, qui sont réunis ici, et ils vous souhaitent donc un bon séjour ici et une bonne compétition.
Championship, but I wish you also a happiest stay and journey. Culture.
Le serment, il vous souhaite pas donc une bonne compétition, mais il vous souhaite aussi de rester donc en bonne santé et de rester donc en bonne forme et continuer donc à manifester un good exemple, un bon exemple donc dans la pratique du sport et dans votre séjour ici.
A good technical meeting for this championship. Thank you.
Et termine donc en vous souhaitant donc une bonne technique, bonne réunion technique. Et vous remercie.
Thank you very much, Mr. PS, for those encouraging remarks. At this point, I now invite the referee delegate, Mr. Gerard, to present the international referees for this event. Mr. Gerard.
Donc, le représentant donc des arbitres va présenter donc les membres du corps arbitral.
Mr. Niamba Evariste from Burkina Faso. Mr. Nguang Richard from Cameroon. Mr. Kabengele Yves Oscar from Congo RDC. Mr. Elbahi Imad from Egypt. Mr. Charles Wambua from Kenya. Mr. Ahmed Aziz from Morocco. Mr. Hassan Mohammed Manir from Nigeria. Mr. Ndayisaba Alphonse from Rwanda. Mr. Selengia Alfred from Tanzania. Mr. Fouad Saïda from Tunisia. Mr. Samuel Bikoma from Uganda. and Mr. Mekonnen Tefera from Ethiopia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gerard, for that introduction. We now take this opportunity to invite the teams to make their presentations. The team managers or the head of delegations should quickly introduce their delegations. Would you please pass the microphone through?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Keep the microphone near your mouth so that we can hear you.
Thank you very much. Good evening. I am from Uganda, team manager. I've moved with Coach Sheila Omuriwi, assisted by Nason Wesije, also assisted by Tony Luktoni.
Thank you very much. My name is Charles Nyaberi, head of delegation for Kenya. We have the team manager, Kenneth Tonu. We have the head coach, Gideon Tarus. We have deputy coaches, David Lungaho, Sami Mulinge Mutemi, and trainer Elisha Aliwa.
That gentleman is also the Secretary General of Zone 5, Mr. Nyaberi.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. C'est la délégation du Mali. C'est monsieur Kamati Emmanuel, directeur technique national. Vous avez Boubacar Keita, entraîneur national, et monsieur Abou Fofana, capitaine de l'équipe. Merci.
Thank you. My name is Shukur Ali, head of delegation from Tanzania. We have Nasoro Sharif, our head coach.
Bonsoir. C'est la délégation du Burkina. Moi, c'est Ili Ralwende. C'est le chef de mission. Il y a le team manager, c'est Yamba Yacinthe. Et le coach, M. Almami Sidibi. Merci.
Thank you. My name is Nakbi Mohamed Salah, team manager from Tunisia. Coach, Mr. Antonio Jacob. Second, Marwan Fehri. Dr. Karim Gandri.
Bonsoir à tous et à toutes. Ici, c'est la délégation du Cameroun. Je suis Guy Roger Nanga, l'entraîneur principal, et mon adjoint coach Niacho Gilles, le docteur de l'équipe Bicheki.
Thank you very much. My name is Takru, team leader and general secretary of Ethiopian Volleyball Federation. Dr. Smena Base, head of delegations and vice president of Ethiopian Volleyball Federation. Mr. Tafarra Balacho, head coach. Mr. Abenezer, captain.
For delegation of Morocco, Mr. Abdkem Rifai, Chief of Delegation, and Coach Matthias Hafner, and Coach, Adjoint Coach Brahim Boujdouk, and Kinesiotherapist Haidar Zilabidin.
Dr. Sana Hamdi, President of Egyptian Volleyball Federation and the head of team delegation. Captain Laqani, head coach. Captain Hani Fakri, team manager, and Dr. Ahab, doctor, and Mr. Hani Samir, scouting.
Hello, I'm Mr. Adamudu Jibril. I'm player. Sorry for other guys not coming today because they are in quarantine. So I'm players. I represent Niger. Thank you.
Good evening all. My name is Usman Abdullah. I'm the head coach of the Nigerian volleyball team and also the head of delegation of this team. On my right, Coach Eze Oguamala, who is the assistant coach. And here's the captain of the team, Nathaniel Dani.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much. All protocol remain observed. I'm Engineer Samuel Pawan. I'm the team manager. I came with my Secretary General, Bull Cornelio, but he stepped out to sort some issues at the hotel, and he is the head of the delegation. We're Team South Sudan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Eric Salmana. I'm the team manager of Rwandan Volleyball, Rwandan national team. Here is Fidel Nyirimana, the assistant coach. Here is Gertrude Akugimana, the team administrator, and Eric, the physiotherapist. Thank you.
C'est M. Kende Pichou, chef de la délégation de la République démocratique du Congo. J'ai avec moi Guillet Bessa, le directeur technique national. Yende Lavoisier, l'entraîneur principal.
Thank you very much for the introductions. Burundi team, they are here also, but in the hotel waiting for COVID test results. I believe the same case with the Southern Sudan and Niger. So in total, I believe we'll be having 16 teams participating in this event. At this point, I'll ask, we have a long program, I'll ask the admin delegate, Mr. Wata Otieno, to give us briefly a report on the preparations of the teams. Wata Otieno.
Thank you very much, President Kioni. In respect of the venue operations, we've gone through the preliminary inquiry. All players in the championship, as presented, are eligible. There is no problem at all with any of the players presented to us. The host will issue you with players' accreditation cards together with all the other team officials. So during your first match, if you will have received the accreditation card, kindly bring both the accreditation card and the passport for all the players. So during your first match, please bring the passports for all the players and the accreditation card. After the first match, you will only be required to bring the accreditation card only for the players. You keep the passport with you. But we suggest that the team head of delegation please carry the passports and have them with you somewhere in the competition hall. There might be need to use any of the passports. So carry them and have them with you somewhere when your team is playing. The number of officials per bench has been communicated to each team during the preliminary inquiry meeting. There is no issue about that. The dressing code has also been communicated. There is no issue about that. In the competition hall, you will be shown how the players will move, particularly when your teams are not playing. There is a designated area for all the players who would wish to watch other matches. So there's a designated area in the hall where we will kindly request the teams that are not playing to have a seat as they watch the matches. Uniforms have been presented, they are all proper. We will identify the uniforms for you for the first match, and then in the schedule of matches we shall indicate the uniform colors for all your subsequent matches up to the preliminary rounds. When we move to the second round, we'll also indicate to you the uniform colors that your teams will be using. We only have Tunisia and Cameroon with publicity, and that one have been taken care of on their jerseys, so their teams will be allowed to play with their... And also Egypt, Cameroon, Tunisia, and Egypt. There are 3 teams with publicity on their uniforms. So all that has been taken care of, so they will be allowed to use, to play with the jerseys that has some publicity. We will endeavor to distribute to you VIS statistics. We have a VIS team. We have a VIS staff that have been trained here. So we'll endeavor to distribute to all the teams VIS statistics, because this one is good for each coach and each delegation to help you as you move on in the course of the preliminary matches. We shall have, in the main arena, there's a proper changing rooms, and even in the small hall, the petite stade, there's a designated area for the teams that will be playing. We have changing facilities that will be availed to you. We have teams that requested to use video, to record video during their matches. All the teams have put in their applications and they have been approved, so you will be shown the identified area behind each end line, behind the 2 end lines, where you can place your camera for video purposes. Some of the teams, not all, have team statisticians, and they are also allowed to carry out their work without any hindrance. The referee will give us communication, will guide you on how teams will proceed between the benches, given the current COVID situation. So the referee delegate will give us guidance on that, and that will also lead us through all the other protocol aspects that we need to observe during the matches. Our host will tell us there will be an opening ceremony. They will tell us what time, and we shall communicate the time to you, hopefully tonight, because it has a bearing on the matches that will be played tomorrow. So we'll communicate that to you immediately. We know the exact time, but there will be an opening ceremony tomorrow. Thank you very much, President Kioni.
Thank you very much, Walter. Before I invite the referee delegates to give us some comments, I've been given an update by the organizer about the teams which have already paid to the organizer for accommodation and the teams that have not paid. I will go through the list. I am told if you have not paid, you are allowed tomorrow. Please translate that in, you have a microphone to translate this into French. Can you bring us a microphone, please? It is important that we have a translation of this. It is important that everybody understands it. Those who will not have paid by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, they will not be allowed to continue in the championship.
Okay, thank you. Le président Kioni voudrait donc faire une remarque donc, sur l'évolution des choses. Paraît-il donc qu'il y a les équipes qui sont en ordre et d'autres qui ne sont pas en ordre à ce qui concerne les frais d'hébergement. Alors, le co-organising comité, le comité local, a donné une dérogation pour demain. Il faut que toutes les équipes qui ne sont pas en ordre soient en ordre pour demain. Donc, on va vous laisser participer dans la réunion technique. On va vous laisser jouer demain. Mais après demain, il n'y aura pas d'équipe qui va jouer s'il n'a pas rempli des obligations. Donc, il sera enlevé donc, de la compétition s'il n'a pas payé. C'est ça.
Thank you, Fena. The teams which have paid and are up to date with payment is Nigeria, Kenya, Tunisia, Burkina Faso, Morocco, and Congo. Teams that have not yet paid, is Uganda, Southern Sudan, Mali, Ethiopia, Niger, Burundi, Tanzania, Cameroon. Teams with the payment issue, Egypt. I think that can be discussed tomorrow. But those who have not paid, we are appealing to you to please ensure you complete the payment before the end of the day tomorrow. Thereafter, you'll be dropped from the competition. That's understood, eh?
Il a fait donc, il a donné toute la liste des pays qui sont en ordre. Donc, les pays qui sont en ordre, c'est le Nigeria, c'est le Kenya, c'est la Tunisie, c'est le Burkina Faso, c'est le Maroc et le Congo. Les pays qui ne sont pas en règle, c'est l'Ouganda, c'est le Sud-Soudan, le Mali, l'Éthiopie, le Niger, le Burundi, la Tanzanie, le Cameroun. Il y a un petit problème avec le paiement d'Égypte, donc il y a un petit problème qui doit régler donc avec le comité d'organisation pour ce qui est des finances. Ils ont payé, mais il y a eu des problèmes avec les fonds qu'ils ont donnés. Alors il faut qu'ils revoient ça avec les finances.
Thank you very much. I would now like to invite the referee delegate to give us the brief in a short way. Then thereafter we shall invite Dr. Tarek to make a few comments and then go to the draws. After that we shall be free to go. Mr. Gerard, referee delegate. Berada, Mr. Berada. Berada, sorry.
Thank you, President. In referring, we will apply 2017-2021 rules of the game. Nous allons mettre en application les lois de jeu de 2017-2021. Nous allons appliquer, we will apply if IVB 30-minute protocol. It means that you will have 10-minute warm-up and 10-minute official warm-up. Nous allons mettre en application le protocole de la Fédération internationale de volleyball de 32 minutes, c'est-à-dire que vous aurez droit à 10 minutes d'échauffement et 10 minutes d'échauffement officiel au filet. Donc, in this competition, we will apply the electronic score sheet. One instructor conducted a course, and after only 2 days, he said they learned very quickly and very well, and they are able to do the work of electronic score sheet. Dans cette compétition, nous allons mettre en application la feuille de match électronique. Il y a eu un instructeur qui a conduit un stage d'à peine 2 jours et il a affirmé que les stagiaires ont appris très vite et très bien et ils sont capables de manipuler la feuille de match électronique. Concerning the tablet, first referee will have a tablet, second referee will have a tablet, and the 2 coaches will have tablet. With this tablet, the coaches can give the position, and it is better to give also a lineup sheet in the beginning. Somebody will be with you to help you to know how to use the tablet. Alors les tablettes, il y aura une tablette pour le premier arbitre, une tablette pour le deuxième arbitre, et les 2 entraîneurs auront également une tablette. Ils pourront donner la position de départ par le moyen de cette tablette, mais il est préférable qu'ils donnent la position également avec la fiche de position. Il y aura quelqu'un qui aidera les entraîneurs, les coachs, à savoir manipuler les tablettes. One very important point is the discipline on the court. Discipline on the court is very, very important. We want you to contribute to the success of this competition by a very good discipline on the court. And we will give instruction to referees to be strict with the discipline on the court. La discipline sur le terrain est extrêmement importante. Nous souhaitons vivement qu'il y ait une très bonne discipline sur le terrain. C'est-à-dire qu'avec la discipline sur le terrain, il y aura le succès de la compétition. Et les délégués d'arbitrage donneront des instructions strictes aux arbitres pour ne pas admettre du tout l'indiscipline sur le terrain. Dernier point, c'est seulement le premier jour qu'il sera permis aux équipes de prendre la photo officielle. Only in the first day of the competition, every team has the right to take the official picture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Berada, for those comments. I would now like to invite Dr. Tarek to proceed, give us these remarks, and also carry out the draws. But allow me to request the organizing committee to prepare a list with names and telephone numbers. The person who is handling transport, the person who is handling accommodation, the person who is handling training programs, let every delegation have the name and a telephone number so that if they have any challenges, they can contact them directly. Okay? Mr. Tarek, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for all of you. And again, we send our thanks to the Rwandan Volleyball Federation for this organization. Although some points need to improve, but anyhow, organizing both men and women nations championship is very difficult, and we are very thankful to the efforts of Rwanda organizing this competition. In this competition, we have a concentrated media coverage everywhere. Of course, if you follow the club championships and also the Continental Cup of beach volleyball in Morocco, we exceeded in each of these 2 million visitors in the Facebook page. Very few months ago, we couldn't imagine that a competition will be covered by 2 millions or will be seen by 2 millions. We need to break this record because I expect we will have more than 2 millions at the end of both men and women nation championship. We will start our operation immediately after this meeting. We need all the coaches to come here to have a photo together with some comments so that we can publish this photo everywhere showing that we have this number of teams. Tomorrow we will have each team, the team photo. We need all the players and team staff to be well dressed because this photo will be a memorial one for this competition. Our platforms to cover the competition include the website, the CVB website, cvb.org. Will have all the updates. It is the official site for CVB. We have also the Facebook page, CAVB-African Volleyball Confederation. All of you know this one. All the results, all the features will be published in there. We have the Twitter account, CVB Press. The Twitter account also will have immediate results set by set for the matches and the situation every day. We have also an Instagram account. The most important photos will be published in that platform. You have the YouTube channel. We will have the match broadcast during that competition on that YouTube, plus also the Facebook page. And finally, we will have a WhatsApp page. The WhatsApp page will broadcast list. Please, at the end of the competition, I will show you the phone number. Add me to your list and immediately send me something, and immediately you will be added to the list of the receiver of this news. Finally, I have here my colleague Anis. Where is Anis? Anis, he will help me. Please contact with him, and also he is a good engine for our work in CVB. Thank you very much, Mr. Q.
We now proceed with the draws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now start the most important part of this meeting, which is the drawing of lots. First of all, we should know, all of you know that we have a number of teams and the format is dependent on the number of teams. If we have from 3 to 7 teams, we will have one pool and we play round robin. If we have from more than 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, we will have 2 pools just like 2 pools of 4 or 2 pools of 5 or 2 pools of 6, up to 12 teams. Then from 12 to 24 teams, we'll have 4 pools of 4 up to 6 teams. So now here in this competition, we have a record of 16 teams. I need you all to have this memorial moment. This is the best number of teams in the history of African Volleyball Confederation. Before, the best number of teams in this competition, Men's African Nation Championship, was 14 teams in 2015. But now we expand to 16, and we are waiting for the moment that 24 teams, which is almost 50% of African teams, will be in the finals of African Nation Championship to grow more our volleyball in the continent. Number 3 is, this is the 23rd edition of African Nation Championship. We have previous 22 competitions. The title holders are the Tunisians. They have 10 titles under their name. So please greet Tunisia for being on top of the African teams with 10 titles. After Tunisia, Egypt have 8 titles, then each of Algeria and Cameroon have 2 titles. We have all the previous champions here and the previous medalists except Algeria. Also, the organizer will be put in the drawing of lots, which will be done soon. Usually, Rwanda is put, the organizer is put on top of one pool, which is Pool A. If you go down a bit, you can see here that according to our regulations, Rwanda will be put on top of Pool A. And again, if we go upwards, you can see the previous ranking. In 2019, this is the previous ranking. Tunisia were champions, number 1. Cameroon, and they are here qualified. Cameroon was number 2, and also Cameroon is present here. Algeria, the bronze medalist, is not here. Egypt, number 4, is here qualified. Then Morocco, number 5, here qualified. Congo Brazza is not present. Chad is not present. And RDC here qualified. So from the top 8, we have only 5 teams present. So according to our regulations, we put the head of the pools from the previous competition and continue until the end of the top 8. Sometimes we may miss like 5 teams of the top 8. So we will continue putting the teams in this serial until we finish all the qualified teams from the previous championship. Then we will have free drawing. I can show you here. This is the teams qualified. To the left side, the teams qualified to the finals of this competition. We have 16 teams, as I told you. Tunisia, Morocco from Zone 1. Mali from Zone 2. Niger, Burkina Faso, Nigeria from Zone 3. RDC, Burundi, Cameroon from Zone 4. And then we have 7 national teams from Zone 5, which is Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Egypt. So now we will not have the same format like we have in the other competitions. I am describing everything before doing the drawing of lots in order to be clear during the drawing of lots where we put each team. We can't avoid putting teams in from the same zone, because simply we have 7 teams from Zone 5, we have 3 teams from Zone 4, 3 teams from Zone 3, which is impossible. So we will continue our drawing with the previous ranking. Then we will have free drawing for all the other teams. Okay? Is it clear now? Another issue. After we draw and finish the 4 pools, each pool will play a round robin. Round robin between the teams of each pool. Fortunately, we have 16 teams, so all the pools will be 4 teams each. In the round robin, the ranking will depend on the following formula. Number 1, the number of victories, not the number of points. So if a team, for example, win 2 matches and they lose 1 match 3-2, how many points they will gain? They will gain 6 points from two matches and 1 point from the losing 3-2. Okay? Is it clear? Another team win 3 matches, but the 3 matches on the result 3-2. So they had 6 points only. Which team will be first? The team who have 6 points or 7? No, the team who will have 6 points will be on top. Why? Because they achieved 3 victories. And the number of victories is the main number now. Number of victories, then number of points, total number of points, then the set ratio, then the point ratio, and finally the face-off between the 2 teams, the direct face-off, head-to-head. Then if 2 teams are level and the winner team was winning 3-1, for example, they will be advanced. Okay? Finally, the top 2 teams will qualify to the quarter-final. But in our format, we take care of all the teams. So, in this format, all the teams from the first till the last, they will play the same number of matches. This is very important because not to play 3 matches and go home. You fly for a long time and you have a good expenditure for preparing your team. You should play enough number of matches. So all the teams from the first till the last will play the same number of matches. The top 2 of each pool will qualify directly to the quarter-final, the top 8. And the teams from 9 to 16 qualify to play from 9 to 16. Okay? Again, how will be the format for the second round? Because many people at the end of the meeting will ask, I will say, first of pool A will play second of pool D. So pool A is linked with pool D. First of pool D play second of pool A. And then the pools 2 and 3 are linked together. First of pool 2 or pool B will play second of pool C. And then first of pool C will play second of pool D. How will we play after in the semi-final? The ranking of the matches I mentioned, starting from first A, second D, and then etc. The first match play the 4th match, and the second play the 3rd, until the finals. The same format will be played for 9 to 16. Also, pool A is linked to pool D, and the pool B linked to pool C. Okay? Now it's clear. We will start the procedure of the drawing of lots. You have the names? Okay. We will ask anyone, bring first the teams. I will start putting the teams together in that format. Now, Rwanda as organizer, Tunisia as previous champion, Cameroon second, Egypt fourth of the last competition. Where will we put? Here, Morocco. And now, here, Here we put RDC. Some of you may ask, RDC and Cameroon are in the same zone, but I told you, no zonal distribution, finished. Because we have 7 teams from one zone. How can we distribute? It's very difficult. So RDC. Now, all the other teams will be freely drawn in a serpentine way. So, the first team to be drawn now will be put in pool D, B. Then second team, A. Then A, B, C, D. Then D, C, B, A. And we will finalize the pool formation. After finishing the pool formation, we will draw each team, each representative of each team will come here to draw the number, to know which number will be the team. For example, Rwanda in pool A, they draw, they are number 3. We will put them in burger table in position number 3. Is it okay? Now, we need officials to come to draw we removed those 6 teams which are ranked according to the last competition. We remove those. We will have the other teams here. Yes. But they are here. Put on that table, please, officials can come and draw any name. It's clear. Those are 10 teams. We put them freely. Anyone can come to draw. Anyone from start from here, yes. Draw any team. Nigeria. So Nigeria come in pool B. Which team will be drawn in pool A? Yes. Burkina Faso. Okay. Next team. Next team will be drawn in pool A. Burundi. Then we draw on pool B. Ethiopia. Mali. Mali with Cameroon and RDC. Tanzania. Then we will draw again in Pool D. As I told you, it is serpentine. Kenya. Oh. Now it is a very tough pool. The North Africans, Egypt and Morocco, along with Tanzania and Kenya. Niger in Pool C. Then, which team will come in Pool B? South Sudan. Now the last team. Uganda. Now the pools are completed. In Pool A, Rwanda, Burkina Faso, Burundi, and Uganda. In Pool B, Tunisia, Nigeria, Ethiopia, and South Sudan. In Pool C, Cameroon, RDC, Mali, and Niger. And then the death pool. Egypt, Morocco, Tanzania, and Kenya. Now we proceed to the second part of the drawing of lots. We will start with Pool A. As I told you, each team will have a number. Rwanda, come, please arrange number from 1 to 4. Put here. We will ask each team to draw their number. So, Rwanda will come to draw their number. Number 4. So, Rwanda. Directly, Rwanda will appear in the table. Rwanda will play on day 1. Still, we don't know against whom. Now Rwanda. We will shift to the other table. Burkina, come to draw the number. Burkina Faso. Where is Burkina Faso? No one from Burkina? Yes. We draw a number and we will put directly to the burger table. Which number? Number 1. So Burkina is number 1. As you see here, it has become clear. We draw now team number 3, which is Burundi. Burundi, which number? Burundi number 2. Now Burundi, now Burkina will play Rwanda on day 1, or first day. We will now see which team will choose Rwanda to play the first match. Now Uganda is number 3. Uganda. Now the schedule is full for Pool A, but according to the regulations, again, the organizing team have the right to choose which team to play on day 1. It is open now for the Rwandan team to choose whom to play on day 1. Whether Rwanda need to play Burkina on day 1, or Rwanda to play Uganda on day 2, or to play Burundi. Please, Rwanda to choose. Which team to choose? Burundi. So, Rwanda need to play Burundi. Day 3 will become day 1. We'll write here, this one will be day 1. And then day 2 will be day 1. You see, this is day 2. And finally, this is day 3. So, actually, on the playing dates, we will have on the first day, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Burkina. On day 2, Burkina, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda. On day 3, Rwanda, Uganda, Burkina, Burundi. Now we shift to Pool B. Please, we need the team officials to draw. So now, one Tunisian to draw the number of Tunisia. We need also to have the team manager or the team representative to draw his own number. This is very transparent. Now, we will see the number of Tunisia. 4. Tunisia will be number 4. Okay. Again, who will draw Nigeria? Nigeria, please. We will know the number of Nigeria. Number 1. Nigeria. Nigeria. Who will draw the next? It's for Ethiopia. Ethiopia, please. Number 3, Ethiopia. Now Ethiopia. Ethiopia is number 3. Last number to be drawn is now for South Sudan. Of course, South Sudan will be number 2, but we have to draw. Number 2. So now, Pool B completed. We have on day 1 Nigeria versus Tunisia, South Sudan against Ethiopia, Tunisia, Ethiopia, Nigeria, South Sudan on day 2, South Sudan, Tunisia, Ethiopia, Nigeria on day 3. Directly we will shift to Pool C. Cameroon. Also, we will determine the number of Cameroon. Cameroon is number 2. Cameroon is number 2. Then we go directly to RDC. Which number? Three. RDC is number 3. Then next team is Mali. Mali is number 1. And finally, we need Niger. Number 4, Niger. Now it's clear in Pool C. Mali against Niger, Cameroon against RDC, Niger against RDC, Mali against Cameroon in day 2. In day 3, Cameroon against Niger, RDC against Mali. We finalize with Pool D. And we call now Egypt representative to draw their number. Hani, don't choose Morocco in the first day. Three. Egypt is number 3. Now we call Morocco. Morocco. Number 1. Morocco. And now Morocco avoid to play Egypt on day 1. Now the role for Tanzania. Number 4. Last team is Kenya. Kenya. Now the drawing of lots completed. On day 1 for Pool D, Morocco against Tanzania, Kenya against Egypt. Then on day 2, Tanzania against Egypt, Morocco against Kenya. And on day 3, Kenya against Tanzania, Egypt against Morocco. We finished now the drawing of lots. In few minutes, we will declare day 1 for you to take rest and prepare your team for the matches tomorrow, because all the teams will play tomorrow. All the 16 teams, including the teams which are coming now. So, please, clearly, wait outside for some time after we have the photo of the coaches here. You wait for like 10 minutes maximum. You will receive day 1, and then after an hour, you will receive the schedule from the start till the final. Okay? Thank you very much, and good luck. Come here, please, coaches. All coaches. Coaches first, here.
Coaches are being invited to come in front for a photograph, please. Allow me to take this opportunity to thank you for your patience. I think you've had a good technical meeting. Thank you so much.
After the coaches, the head of delegations, please come behind head of delegations. Referees first. Okay, referees first. Referees, come please.
Volleyball